Hi, I'm here with Gijs Phoelich, General Counsel and Company Secretary at Eurofiber. Gijs, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
No problem, it's nice to have you here. I guess the first topic, obviously, as with everything, has to be the pandemic. It's been a bit of a strange year. How have things been for Eurofiber?
It's been actually, although the times are strange, obviously, the times have also for us been pretty good. And it maybe sounds a bit strange, but we have been more busy than ever. The good news was obviously also that we could, as a fiber provider, connectivity service, provide society with our products in the best way. So we could facilitate society, and that's exactly what we would like to do. So strange times, lots of misery, but for us as a company, also good things happened. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, pandemic aside, as you quite rightly said, it's been a really, really busy time in terms of ambitious rollout targets and shifts in network technology. How do you see the market in general looking right now?
Actually, we see the market very positive. Obviously, also not only on fiber to the home. Yeah, you see a lot of additional rollouts in all countries in Europe, but also on the business side, the business rollout of fiber is, well, I wouldn't say exploding, but it's growing fastly. And we feel that it's let's say, the more you connect it, the more other companies, corporates, but also people see that fiber is actually adding to their business, but also adding to society. So that's something that's just, let's say, steadily moving on in the right direction as far as we are concerned, obviously. No, but it's very positive. And we don't see any hiccup or economic downfall or something that could actually hinder our rollout. It's all quite positive. Yeah.
Excellent. That's great to hear. Looking at FTTH rollout, of course, sustainability is a hot topic at the moment in terms of green recovery. Do you see FTTH as the answer to sustainability?
Yes, I do. Obviously, not only the only answer. Yeah, it is a answer to making sure that we make this planet a better place to live on. And we have to think about that. We have to think about, let's say, the consequences of the rollout of fiber to the home on the positive side, but also maybe on the less positive side. Yeah? So what will it actually add, and what can we still do to make sure that it, on the longer run, also really adds to the goals that we have set in mind. Yeah.
And what can operators do to be more sustainable in their rollouts?
Well, what we do, we as Eurofiber, and I know that a lot of our colleagues are doing also in other companies, we obviously use green energy. Yeah, so that's if you don't use green energy anymore, yeah, okay, that's not a good thing to do. What we also do is obviously discuss with our value chain, yeah, what we actually can do in the chain to improve and reduce our footprint. So that's what we try to do. So we also look, for example, and that's something that we really need to discuss also on the Congress, is how can we make sure that at the start of our rollout, we actually create our network based on CSR by design. That's how we call it. Yeah. So we actually really look at our constructors, at our cable suppliers. What can we do together to make sure that at the start from our rollout network architecture, we are sure that we take that CSR component 100% into account. That's what we do.
Absolutely, that's brilliant. And what are the other kind of key drivers at the moment in the market?
Well, key driver is it's very important for us as an operator in this market to be able to roll out. Yeah, and that sounds pretty simple, but if we are not able to actually dig into the ground, put our cables into the ground, get the permits in time, get against reasonable cost, make sure that municipalities actually coordinate, yeah, so that we can share our infrastructure in the best way, which is also a CSR component, by the way, we need to discuss. But those components are very important. So we need public authorities also to do this together. Yeah,
definitely. And what are the biggest challenges that you guys are facing at the moment?
Well, a challenge is always, especially in these times, that also customers, yeah. For example, if you go into a corporate building or also in a home, but especially in a corporate building for us, you need to make sure that you can actually access that building. And we know that, yeah, that in COVID times, especially during lockdowns, that was obviously a very big challenge we had. For now, our biggest challenge is actually to make sure that we can execute the rollout in the best way possible, and have a good discussion with municipalities also, for example, related to the climate control, climate change that municipalities face themselves in their cities, and how can you actually facilitate and help with your fiber rollout to also accommodate a municipality in that sense. That's what we are discussing with our municipalities also.
Okay, that's really interesting. Thank you. Looking to the future slightly, taking away the pandemic issue, how do you see the telecoms industry developing short term, say over the next 5 years?
Well, what we see actually is that the demand for fiber will continue. Obviously, 5G will add to the equation, but also will be influenced by the demand and the request for fiber. So we see that as a positive development. It will be obviously converged. So 5G, mobile, fixed connectivity will be more converged together. And we feel, and that's why also we think it's important in the FTTH Council to take this as a, let's say, a topic that we need to discuss in a, let's say, in a structural way. We feel that sustainability is will be actually one of the key drivers also for our customers to want fiber and want fiber as a connectivity service for their business.
Yeah. Absolutely. And longer term than that, after the targets have been achieved, what would you say comes next?
Well, the funny thing is that there's always something coming next, obviously, but we are not there yet. So we as Eurofiber, we are obviously, and that's a good thing, growing across several states in Europe, but we are not near halfway there. If you look at the total rollout of fiber in Europe, we really need to do a lot of work still. What comes next, I guess, is a next phase of further, let's say, rollout towards objects, etc. But just rolling out towards corporates and homes, there's still a lot of work to do. So let's talk again in 5 years and see what the next step will be then. Yeah.
Absolutely. I look forward to it. But in the meantime, guys, thank you so much for your time again today. It's been really lovely talking to you.
Thank you very much for your time, and looking forward to meeting you hopefully face to face again soon.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.